Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing great. I hope and I pray that you are going through the best of your life. You are getting everything that you wish. You are positive and you are manifesting and praying and wishing for everything best in your life. So, in my today's video, I want to talk about my life, how my life have been before knowing about twin flame journey. I mean, what all I have gone through before knowing about that I am a star seed twin flame, that I am a chosen one, and what all challenges I have seen, what all sufferings that I have gone through. So see, it is very difficult for me to explain every single thing, but I am trying my best to tell that everything can resonate, that yes, that matches with somebody who's actually into a twin flame journey or a chosen one or a star seed twin flame. So let me start it from my like the childhood. So like my childhood have been quite amazing. By the age of 3 4, I was quite an active and lost child. Like I have never been at home. Whenever my parents used to find me out, I was always here and there. I was sometimes at friends place, sometimes at my father's friend's place. I was never home. So yeah, so I was somebody who was always into me. I was somebody who was lost, who was always enjoying this world as if I am here for something. And I was really, by the age of 3 and 4, I used to look really like 7 8 year old. While I was 2 year old, people used to call me that she looks like she's 6 or 7 year old, because I was quite a smart and intelligent girl even by that time. So like, so like this, I was quite an active, smart, intelligent, and always focused, always busy into things, and I was somebody who never cared about anything. So this kind of attitude I had. And by the age of 6 and 7, my family had quite good life. Like my father was earning really well, we never had financial issues, and we were doing really well in terms of finances also. But while I reached the age of 7 years, um, what happened that unfortunately, due to certain things in my family, my parents had to sell out the home where we were living. We only had that one home which my father made by his own money, his own hard work. And then due to certain reasons, certain financial issues, because my father was thinking of doing something of his own, some business kind of thing that he wanted for himself and for us. So while he was doing that, certain issues happened. Divine had planned it to happen that way. So issues happened, we had to sell the house, we came on a rented apartment, and unfortunately we could not buy another home as well. And then so like we came to a rented house, and for like, I believe, 10-12 years we lived on a rented house, and we suffered from financial issues. We really had issues, like we had to suffer for even 10 rupee. So so while I was at the 7 age, and then I could see that my mother was even saving at least 10 rupees for upcoming expenses, because she did not know that what will happen tomorrow, because my father was not earning up to the mark. We were really suffering from poverty, you can say, because we really had financial issues by that time. And I would want to admit it, because by the age of 7, we really had good amount of money. We were living a lavish life, we had no financial issues. But the moment we I reached the age of 7 and 8, and I saw that now everything turned into nothing. Now we really have to think about even for the food. I mean, we really had to struggle for basic groceries in the home. Forget about buying a home, forget about education, forget about other things that you wish in your life. So for us, it was like even buying basic groceries, which doesn't cost you much. We faced that challenge. So we faced the challenge of INR 10 rupees. So it was a big challenge for us to to survive and to live a kind of life where we can have at least basic amenities we can have. But we suffered from that. We did not have the fridge in the home. We did not have basic things in the home. Yeah, come on. I mean, people, the basic amenities like having a washing machine, having a fridge, having a television, it's a very basic thing that you have in your home. But for us it was like a very big thing. Having a fridge in home is a very big thing. So the kind of struggle that I have seen, and for almost 10-12 years we lived in a rented apartment, and in the rented apartment also, life was not easy. So if I talk about rented apartment, as in that in India, that you do not have single apartments, you share houses with another rentmates. So like for example, my family is living in one room and another family is living in another room. So imagine if you are living with two three families in a house, and then the kind of pain that you go through. Sometimes you get into the fight. Sometimes they say bad words to you, they say shitty words to you, they say anything nonsense to you. So for almost 10-12 years we survived that, and we've gone through the hell during that time. In the meanwhile, coming back to my own life, so while I have seen the good life by the age of 7, and when suddenly we saw that there are issues in the family for the finances, and we are not able to manage our home because of we do not have money. My father is not able to make money because we are facing that time of life where we are not able to do anything for living. Then I was into the habit of stealing money from people, and I was into the habit that I really wanted everything in my life. So if I am not able to buy that, if my father is not able to buy that for me, I gotten into the habit of stealing things. So once upon a time I stole 10 to 20 rupees from a girl's pocket, and I did it for continuously 4 5 days. One day the principal caught me, and I was, I guess, 10 or 12 year old by that time. And I was, like I mentioned, I was a lost child. So by the age of 10 and 12 year old, I stole the money, and one day principal caught me, and she slapped me in front of the whole school. She really threw me on the floor, and over the floor she literally insulted me in front of the entire school. I felt embarrassed, I felt child abused. It was everything that, that somebody has been thrown out of school, somebody has been thrown in front of all the students, and teacher is continuously beating you and slapping you, pushing you away. So she kind of insulted me in front of the entire school. It was a big thing, big insult for me. And she said, go home and bring your mother. So because I did certain stealing, certain I stole 10 rupees from my mother's pocket and all. So my parents already knew that she is into all of this. She's doing all of this. So the principal ma'am said that, come on, go your home and bring your mother. So I was feeling really embarrassed and I was feeling insulted. So I could not go home and call mama. And they said, no, you have to bring your mother. I said, I promise that I will never do it again. I will never repeat. I apologize, but I will never do it again. But they did not listen to me, because nobody will listen to a child who is just 10 to 12 year old. So they did not listen to me, and they sent few students at my home, and they said, go bring her mother. They brought my mother finally, and you know the reaction that you get from your parents. So my mother had same reaction, that throw her out of school, do whatever you want to do with her, I don't care, because we have tried to make her understand, but she is not in understanding. So this was the first turning point of my life, where I realized that what are you doing, because I was really a lost child. I did not know what am I doing, where am I going, what is happening in my life. I did not know how I passed my sixth or seventh standard of, I mean, grade of my school, because I knew nothing. I just knew a table of two, or the basics, the ABCD that Other than that, I did not know anything, and I passed my schools. Otherwise, I was blessed also. So whenever I used to go somewhere on the road, since I am just going on the road and I found money, I found it for many times. So now I realize it, that someone has always been there for me, some divine powers has always been there for me to help me and to guide me. If my family is facing issue for the food in my home or for vegetables, then divine helped me, uh, you know through someone or through something, they always helped me. And I've seen those experiences in my life where I found money on the road, or out of nowhere I just saw that some celebration is happening somewhere and I brought food at home. So this is how I helped my family from childhood. So again, coming to the point that I stole money from the girl's pocket, and then teacher kind of insulted me and all. Now that was the turning point of my life where I realized that it's over now. Now you have to come out of this your small world, and you have to do something for yourself and for your family. So that was the time I had promised myself, and I had decided that in the future, in my life ever, I will never do such thing where where my father, my parents have to feel such guilty for me because of my work, because of my bad doings. I don't want my parents to feel bad about it. So that was the time I decided, and I was just 10 to 12-year-old girl. So I decided that now I have to focus on my studies, and I have to become something in my life, and I have to do something so that my parents uh, should come out of this poverty, and we should also have a kind of life the way people have, the way people are living, the way people have financial abundance, the way they have everything at their home, and they are not suffering like us. So I decided that at the age of 10 or 12, and I started studying. So while I started studying, I started started focusing on my studies, and now I became a kind of student who's quite smart at her studies. So the principal who scolded me in front of entire school, who pushed me on the floor, threw me on the floor, and slapped me back continuously. I was quite smart at her subject, so I was really good at English and in Sanskrit, and I studied that really well. I studied like a pro. And even she was amazed that this is the girl who stole money from someone's pocket last month. Now this girl is so extraordinary in studies. She is quite smart at studies. So earlier she thought that she might be doing cheating, that I am doing cheating, I am not good at studies, I am just doing cheating from somewhere, and then I am able to show her. So she tested me 4 to 5 times. She asked me to rewrite the questions, rewrite the answers. She wanted me to read the answers. So she tested me for quite a time, and then she realized, and then she understood that okay, now this girl is actually improved, and she knew the importance of studies and all, and she wants to study. So that was the point, and that was the time in my life where she helped me. Like I have been saying, that someone has always been there in my life to pull me and to give me a level in life, to bring me from here to here. So that was the time when she helped me, and she kind of gave me an opportunity for a declamation contest where she wanted me to learn about Bhagavad Gita. She wanted me to learn a shalok, and she wanted me to take a participation in a kind of competition where you stand and you talk about Bhagavad Gita, and you tell the world about that. So that was the first time when I did something like this, and I literally learned it. I literally reread it, and I practiced many times. Then I stood up in front of the entire school. So I was the same girl who was slapped in front of entire school, and who stole money from others pocket. Now next year I was the same girl who was standing in front of entire school in the prayer, and was saying and talking about declamation contest, and it was a proud moment because I had changed whatever happened in the past. I was a changer. So that was a proud moment for me, for my parents also, because now my parents also realized that she will not stop, she will work. So this is how I changed my life, and that was the really first turning point of my life where I actually understood the meaning of life, and I started focusing on myself. And after that day, from that day, I never stopped, I never changed. But it doesn't mean that issues did not come. Issues continuously came, problems continuously came, problems kept on coming till the time I did not learn what I am and who I am. Even till now it comes, but I know the reason. So 8th standard passed. Now I came to new school. 9th standard passed. 10th standard passed. 12th standard passed. Now I had to go for graduation. I had to go for the college, and till 12th standard we had financial issues, and uh, you know, we arranged money from many sources, and then we could manage my school. But college was a big thing, because again we had issues at my family, financial issues were there, we were not able to manage money. How my parents were supposed to pay my school college fee now? Now I tried to find out many colleges, and I we tried I wanted to join a college, MLN college, that college was really famous for commerce. But unfortunately I could not get admission in this college, because whatever happened in my life, I believe, was already planned. I had to get something out of something. So I gotten into Hindu girls college, I studied there, and after 3 years of studies I got an opportunity for MBA to come out of my home for the first time. So this was the only college who helped me to come out of my small town and to go into big city, learn, take the lessons of life, meet new people, learn from people, get motivated, and come on to your real soul purpose. That I know now. But by that time, when whatever everything was happening in my life, the pain was happening, I was getting triggers from my mother, I was having triggers from my sisters, I was having issues in my family, I had marriage issues, I had issues, what if she's going into wrong direction, what if she's falling for a guy? And then this there were many issues. After every point of my life, I had issues in my life. I was going through every challenge that anyone can ever go. I felt alone in my life. Then, by the age of 20, I came out of my home. I came for education for the very first time. And this was the time when I was just 20, and I did not even know the world yet. I was somebody who did not see anything. I was a small town girl. By the age of 20, when I joined a college in Jaipur for MBA, I studied there. Like I mentioned, that I was a studious student, so I was really focused on my studies, and I always wanted to give my best in my studies. I kept on doing that even in my MBA. Then I got an opportunity from my college to to go Himachal for a month. I went to Himachal and I met Dalai Lama. I met Karmapa, the somebody who's at lower level than the Dalai Lama, and I could explore the beauty of Himachal. I could know about the world. I could know about Tibetan culture, Chinese culture, and I could meet people from multiple cultures. We were around 30 people, and we all were from different cities and different countries, like from London, from UK, from India also. Within from India, they were from many cities, like someone from Jaipur, someone from Mumbai, somebody from Gujarat. So like this, we had people from multiple cities, and I was lucky enough to meet new people at that age, because the kind of family that I come from, my family cannot afford meal for another day. How can you imagine going out and living on your own? But my father could still manage it out, and they could still had that urge to send me for the education outside, because my father was even happy also that she got the opportunity to go out of home and study. But at the same time, he was also in the back of his mind, it was running that it's better that I find a guy for her, and you know, marry her. Because every time whenever I used to reach another standard or another grade of my education, the only thing that my father used to think, that I think now I should find a guy for him and get her married. He continuously did this till the time I stood on my own feet, and I could say yes or no. But I have been a strong girl, and destiny had already planned many things for me in advance. If I was going through struggles, if I was going through pain, if I was hurt, at the same time I had somebody to help me. So like this, I learned about Tibetan cultures. I learned about the China and Tibet war. I learned about how Tibetans are working on saving their country, and I almost explored the Himachal. I did trekking to Triund, and also it was quite an amazing experience. Now I had to start my life. I mean, in terms of money, I had to start earning the money, because I really had financial issues in my family. So after 1 year of MBA, I came to Delhi, and I decided that I should start studying, or I should start um, earning money. This from here my another struggle started, where I started looking for the job. I worked for a company for 6 months, where I did my internship for MBA. There I learned the basic. I learned many people, and after 6 months, another struggle happened, that I had to travel from one place to another place, and it was so far away that I had no way to commute. I had to struggle in the bus for almost an hour, and the bus is really full of hundreds people, and it's like you do not even have space for breathing in the bus. So I did that for almost 6 months, and I used to be really tired. The initial year of struggle, like it was 2011 where I started struggling. In 2010, that was the first time when I came out of my home. So like this, I kept on struggling, kept on learning. I was living alone. So by the time I was working, so wherever I used to start working, wherever I used to go, I had struggles from people. I had triggers from people. Everybody was ready to fight with me. Nobody was ready to understand me. I found people to blame me, to left me alone, to make me feel alone. I always felt that I am, somebody strange in the corner, that I am from some another planet, that I do not belong to this planet. I always felt left alone. I always felt that four people are talking in a group and I don't belong to them. I don't belong to any group. I don't belong to people. I always felt alone in my life. But other than that, I always felt that I do things better when I am alone. But that continuously happened for almost 10 years. For 10 years, I felt same thing. I met new people. I met people who wanted to flirt with me. I met people who wanted to use me. I met people who helped me. I met people who triggered me and said bad words, many words. And I don't know. Now I feel that was just an illusion. But by that time, that was really a painful and hurtful chapter, that every second person who is coming in my life is coming to give me a trigger, is coming to give me a poke, and every second person is hurting me. Every second person is saying anything shitty to me, saying any bullshit to me. So like this, I did this for quite a long time. Then in the job also, struggle was continuously there. I changed 3 to 4 companies, but I could not go what I wanted. Then I joined another company where I did night shift. Now night shift was like I was waking up at 2 o'clock in the night, and I was coming back from the office at 11 o'clock in the morning. So that's how, life has been really unbalanced, unstable. It was full of struggles. Finally, after 3 to 4 years of struggle, I was continuously looking for a job, and I was not successful. The job wherever I was working, it was not a settling one. Wherever I was joining, I had issues. I don't know why it always happened with me. Now, in the meanwhile, I also had urged to, to be in relationship with somebody, that I should also have a love life. And whomsoever I met in my life before meeting with my twin flame or my divine masculine, my counterpart, I was always searching for him. So whosoever used to come in my life, the guys those who came in my life or with whom I was in relationship, I do not know why that I always craved for a soul level of connection without knowing about it, without knowing that I am that this kind of journey exists in this world. I did not even know that until last year. So I always used to think that the connection should be at soul level, that somebody should be at soul level. Somebody should keep you free, somebody should not bother you, somebody should not be a runner chaser kind of thing. You should be balanced in the relationship. I used to feel that, but I was not balanced. So whosoever used to come in my life or used to be a part of my life, I used to start feeling that I used to start chasing. I used to start running after them. And after that, they used to block me by looking at my possessiveness. They used to think, oh my God, we cannot handle this possessiveness. Oh my God, we cannot handle this unconditional overreaction. And they used to run away from me and they used to block me. So, not a single guy stayed in my life. And I always had self doubts. I always used to think there is something wrong in me, that, whomsoever I come in contact, they just run away from me or they just block me. I had trust issues. I was heartbroken. I was broken up to that extent that I no longer had urge to be into love, or I no longer had urge to trust somebody or to be in love. So that's how it continuously happened till the time I met twin flame. It kept on going. It never stopped. So that's how I my life has been quite challenging and every second turn of my life was painful. For almost 10 years I did this struggle, and I could not know why that was happening. Then after 2 years of night shift, I joined another company, which was Market Cube. In Market Cube, it seems like the entire company was full of karmic and negative people, because every second person had issue with me. Every second person was in a group with another person, but they used to talk about me that she has communication issue, she had com skills issue, she cannot pronounce properly. They used to bully me, she's very bossy, she doesn't know how to work, making fun of me, poking me, triggering me up to that extent that just my soul come out and just, get the hell out of that situation. So but that never happened. It in fact increases with time. The more I was growing by age, the more I was looking for love life, the more I was looking for a settled life, the more it was increasing. And there were situations in my life where I was hopeless. Then in my love life also, I came across people, those who triggered me, those who shattered me in the pieces, those who really really shattered me in the pieces up to an extent that I could not make sense of anything. I was just broken into pieces, and I just could not make sense of anything, that why every second person who is coming in my life is just making me feel alone, why my family is also not able to understand, why my family is also questioning on me, why my family is not able to understand. So I was kept left alone by everyone. Love life, family life, every second person who was coming in my life was to hurt me, to give me a lesson. But yes, whenever, I was really hurt, I was not able to achieve something in my life, I grew stronger. I grew stronger. I worked out. I worked on myself. I kept on growing. I kept on evolving. I did not stay calm. Even after such struggles, even after such pain, even after listening so many bad words from people, I kept on going. And that's when I was really tired of finding a guy for marriage. I was not able to find anyone for my love life, and I was already heartbroken by the guy with whom I was engaged, and engaged as in with whom I was in relationship. I was never engaged as in officially engaged. So I was really hurt, and I could not make sense that why all of this are happening, why I am not able to find a perfect match for me, why am I not able to get a love life the way people have, why am I not able to get married normally the way people do. So my life has never been easy, and that's when I came into spirituality. One day, I started worshipping Lord Shiva. I came into chanting mantras. I came into worshipping God, and that's when one day, just my awakening happened, and I just came to a page, a tarot page, and I got to know that twin flame journey exists. And then when I researched about it, and when I further researched about it, and then I got to know the guy who blocks me and who doesn't talk to me often, I am in twin flame journey, in twin flame journey with him. So that's how it's very difficult for me to go into every second detail. But yes, life has been a pain. I have wrote a book about my life where I have tried to explain and tell my life story. I have tried my best to tell every possible thing. But yeah, life has been a pain. I was left alone. I always felt that no one is there for me. I could not make sense of anything in my life till the time I could discover that I am a twin flame, a star seed twin flame. I'm a chosen one, and that's why all of that happened.